It's live, pal.
What's up, Internet? Welcome to this month's IT Pro web show brought to you by Spiceworks. And we're doing something a little different here, as you can see. We are pre-gaming the good fortune and good luck that is St. Patrick's Day on the Bad Luck Day, known as Friday the 13th, hashtag right. But we're going to balance a little good luck, bad luck. So let's get some of the bad luck, good luck out of the way. The bad luck is Chelsea AF is not in the chair this month, but she will be back for World Backup Day. But here's the good luck. We were able to fill that chair with a legend. That's right. He is a meme legend. The internet knows him as IT in memes, but he is the founder of Licensed Logic. Please welcome Joe Heller. Joe, what's up?
Hey,
Joe Herrith. Sorry, I had my green swig. Cheers to that.
We're gonna have to cut you off from that Irish wake.
Yeah, where did that come from? Your name just kind of leaked out of my mouth. So welcome, Joel. Thank you so much for joining. You know, for our Spice heads out there, we met at Spice World and we're like, we got to make this happen, man. So today was the perfect day to fill that chair. So welcome.
Thank you, appreciate it, and it's good to be here. And you look great on camera, man.
Thanks,
quality
man. We're trying.
is looking awesome.
You got to see behind the stage of the Muppet Show, basically, right here being here today.
Yes. Yeah.
So and we can't do that show without our Spiceworks AI in-house, Sal, and also with his manager, Mario J. Pinion, known as MJP, is also in the house. What's up, Sal?
Hi, Josh. Hi, Jeff. Hope you are having a wonderful day, the both of you.
You see, so here's the bad luck here of the warning of you kids out there using AI. AI just called Joel Josh. So make sure you always double check your work when you have AI do that for you.
I think there's some memes we could make out of that.
We totally too. So yeah, we're going to definitely get very meme heavy here, but you also are in the community for everyone that wants to know. Root Access Ranger is your community name as well, but you're known as IT and memes, and that's how we got to know you. But we're going to get into that. We have a surprise that Peter's going to hop in here. He's going to get into the memes. But before that, I kind of wanted the IT guy. I'm going to put on my IT hat. Let's get into, you're the founder of Licensed Logic. So what is Licensed Logic?
Yeah, so Licensed Logic really automates the boring stuff that IT has to do. And we focus on like contract management and license management. The issue I saw my past life working at like Indeed and other corporate companies was you can manage your licenses, but you're going to end up having to throw bodies around it to manage it, and no one really wants to check every vendor to make sure they're reclaiming those licenses that aren't being used. So I built a platform to solve that and automatically reclaim licenses for onboarding, offboarding, so you're never actually missing a renewal or paying for more than you need. So that's a platform, and yeah, you found me through Spice World, and as a founder based in Austin, really what I wanted to do was something different than all the other companies doing marketing. And so as I got to know the IT kind of persona and people working in the space, I kept seeing kind of like the common theme of them just being frustrated, right? Like someone submits a ticket and they're like, hey, can you help me restart my computer? And they have like 1,000 tabs open. It's like, well, dude, you just close out that computer and close some tabs out, right? It'll be fine. And I just saw that kind of theme again and again with IT kind of being the unsung hero. And the meme page was just a fun way to express that, and put it out there. And it's been cool to grow that as I grow the business, and to see kind of people find us through that page and then reach out and actually use our platform is something special.
And you're in the right place, right? Spiceworks has always sang the song of infotainment, right? We're trying to entertain you, but we are here to educate you and inform you to make your job a lot easier. So, and I really do love that you found basically to speak the language of our people, because we all speak in memes too. So am I wrong to say that this is what you do is kind of like, we've seen the commercials for like Rocket Mortgage or Rocket, that app, but it's like the professional version of that?
Exactly. It's that on steroids, because that only goes to, one bank account or one phone, but we built a platform around that. So it's you find the notifications, you find the opportunity, but then it does that for you. So we're getting it out into like the agentic side of it. But at the core, yeah, we're like rocket money for businesses.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And I can tell you, from personal experience being in the industry as long, found money is profit, right? Like that is 100% profit. It's not they're going to be like, oh, you know, if you want to be the hero for your company, you can find all of a sudden, hey, I just saved 100K on some licenses maybe that we didn't really need anymore, right?
Yeah.
This is your opportunity. So you are basically creating IT heroes.
That's the goal. And you know, I think at the end of the day, we want them to look good, and we want them to not spend, you know, hours just trying to, you know, keep track of something in an Excel spreadsheet.
Right.
You know? I mean, we speak Excel, unfortunately, as
Yeah.
well. And I think that we want to try to get them out of that and automate that for them at the end of the day. I just had a call with a customer, and they just implemented our software, and they found 4 different contracts for Monday.com. And it was the really ironic scenario where the CFO is like, I can't believe that we have 4 different contracts for the same vendor, and they're all fragmented by my like team and department. And it was kind of like a light bulb moment when he was like, I thought at first when you were pitching me this would be like BS, but now I'm seeing like, okay, wow, there's actually, just from a visibility standpoint, we can really solve this problem now. So it was cool. And that call literally just happened this morning before I came over here.
It's amazing because, yeah, thinking about that, this is something that was a long time coming, right? Because we've all dealt with shadow IT. We've
Yeah.
all dealt with cloud technology. And we know, just think in the past decade, how easy it has become to spin up an instance of something, to add some seats, and just like, oh, would you like to add this seat? It's going to add, you know, $100 a month, but you might not see that, you know, and then all of a sudden you're spending an extra grand a month. That stuff really does add up. We get it at home all the time too, but the business of it is really more dangerous in the sense because now you're playing with the company's money, right?
Can I tell you a scary stat?
Yeah, yes, please tell me.
So it used to be IT, right, would manage all of the software spend for a company. And I think now it's down to like, on average, like 40% that's managed by IT. So there's 60%, the majority of the software being purchased and used is outside IT's visibility.
Wow.
And if you think of it, I mean, your job is to protect the company, make sure that, you know, Sally isn't signing up for some, you know, potentially malicious software, or, you know, there's some security breaches. You want to protect the company, make sure that, you know, your data is not going out and being jeopardized. But if 60% of what's being used is now outside your control, and you're not as aware of even, you know, you've never used, you know, these types of tools marketing is using. It's just a long, drawn out process to make sure your company's staying secure. And I feel for ITP, right? Because if a company gets hacked, who are they going to go to first? It's IT. Even if maybe they didn't approve, you know, Sally to sign up for that vendor, it still comes back to them. And it's a scary stat, and I think that a lot of companies are realizing they need the process, they need the people in place, and then ultimately a product to help them with that as well.
No, I think you're doing the Lord's work because, like you said, there's now a bunch of multiple points of entry of people spinning stuff up, instances up, and you're right. You might not even know about it, and all of a sudden you're going to have your CTO say, "Hey, what is this? And why are we spending 50K a year on this?" And then you're like, whoa, we've all done that. I mean, I've scrambled, used to run down the hallways very dramatically, like who's spending this right now? So yeah, it's terrifying because in the end, like you said, they are going to look to us. I got to ask you a little bit too, of like just your background on this too. Like, did you have a background in audit, or did you get into the point where you're just like, or were you on the other side of it and you were just feeling that frustration? You're like, something has to be done about this.
Yeah, I probably had no business really touching this problem in reality, but I first started my career working at like Uber Technologies as a data analyst. So I got really good with using data, and then a lot of my friends wanted to learn SQL at the time, and so I built like a SQL learning platform. So it was like LeetCode, if you're familiar with that.
Yep.
But for SQL, and it actually ended up, we were like the number maybe 3 player in learning SQL. So it was more than beer money, but it wasn't enough to like quit my day job and retire or anything like that.
Right.
and so I wanted to solve a new problem, and that was around the time when I was working at Indeed. And I came across a vendor that this is more on the contractual side, but someone had purchased the vendor for, I don't know if I should say Indeed, but past company.
Totally fine. Totally fine.
So they someone had purchased this vendor. It was around like maybe $100,000 per year. They signed the contract and then left. And then that vendor actually never got implemented. I come into this new role and I see $100,000 expense coming on my team's P&L. I'm like, hey, where did this come from? Like, why are we paying so-and-so marketing for this? Like, I'd never heard of this. And they're like, oh yes, they signed this. And, I guess we're just contractually obligated to pay this.
Oof.
And it was so confusing to me that a company could be, have the right intentions and well-informed, but no one seemed to really be owning the outcomes of those vendors. And then that set me down that path. And you run into shadow IT pretty quickly, and license management, license sprawl, tool sprawl. Those types of problems became very apparent the more you dug in. And I think my first customer actually came from Reddit, because I was on Reddit and I was just pitching my idea, and someone who was like a VP at a big company was like, hey, actually we have this problem, and we don't want to pay $150,000 for a solution. We just want to, we want to get something maybe, the less than six figures range. And at the time I just had like a Figma prototype, and I kind of just was showing it like kind of a bit of smoke and mirrors a bit. But I just showed them the kind of vision of what it could look like, and they ended up being our first customer. And then from there, they kept referring new business to us, and they're still a customer to this day.
Hallelujah. That sounds like divine inspiration to me. So we'll take it. So cheers to doing that.
Thanks, man.
Yes. So yeah, we have our buddy Mike in there. 100K. That's an average on average one for Jeff on there. So, but yeah. Again, bad luck finding that tool sprawl that's costing good luck someone like Joel and License Logic that'll save your butt, right? So, because I put a post out there into the community of just like, what are some of your good luck, bad luck stories that you could share with us? Because as we know, we love this industry, right? But we wouldn't have jobs if things didn't break, even though they're bad luck, especially on doing stuff on a read-only Friday. And all of a sudden your weekend is shot. So we're going to share some of those posts, Joel, and I just want to kind of get your good luck, bad luck perspective and see if maybe this could have been prevented. So Sal, if you can go ahead and let's pull up that first one. That's right there from our buddy Tim. Oh, sorry. There we go. So as you see there, luckily my kids were with their mom on Christmas. See, that's even already kind of giving me the chills. Wasn't going to visit my family since the plant was shut down for the holidays. I'll let you guys read that as you can see, but as you can see, it got pretty disastrous here. So thanks. I found the water was streaming down one side of the walls of the mill. So immediately got on the phone, started calling the head of maintenance as well as the CEO. Turns out the cooling line had ruptured and dumping water from the fourth floor of the mill all the way down to the first floor. Thanks to his quick discovery, no product was impacted. No machinery ended up on full of flour paste. Without me being there, it would have gone undiscovered for days. Like instead of water was shut off, the line was repaired the day after Christmas and the plant opened as scheduled. This is the kind of stuff that in our industry that you really can't plan for. And luckily in Tim's case, thanks for sharing that story, Tim, it was good luck, right? But how many times have you seen this where it's always going to be that sucker punch that really does ruin your holiday like that?
Yeah, I mean, I can just think of like so many other ways that could have played out. And if someone is walking in and seeing that something's flooding, I remember even my own. I had when I was visiting my parents, they had like a farm, and it caught fire. And I remember, we were like digging trenches to try to contain this fire. And at one point, the volunteer fire crew showed up, and they had no more water. They ran out of water, and I remember them telling us like, if this doesn't get contained, like it's taken out these neighborhoods behind us. Wow. And so like in Tim's case, I think that was his name. Like, yeah, I mean, he saved the day.
Right. I mean, right place,
he's working
right
overtime.
Time. Yeah. He does. Hopefully, Tim, you got a nice holiday bonus for that save.
Seriously.
So appreciate that.
Yeah. I don't think that was in the job description as an IT person.
There goes my hero. Yeah. That's Tim. So we got another good luck story. This one comes from Mountain Biker. So we can pull up Mountain Bikers there. Configured redundant backup power to 98% of the data center devices. Bottom UPS clamping down on spikes, surges, and brownouts during transitions. All generally hummed along uninterrupted. Each device had one power supply plugged into the rooftop gas generator, panel, UPS, and other plugged in. Late one afternoon, power went out. Both generators kicked in. The diesel blew its internal control. Man, that's terrifying already. Just like when you're something with your generator of your backups, all of a sudden something goes wrong there. It's pretty scary. So rather than risking direct impact to devices and system power supplies or attempts of wholesale removal of 100+ power cords and roll the dice solely on the gas generator backup power, as they were already close to max capacity, made the decision with the CEO's blessing, good job on that, power everything down until the diesel generator was repaired. Facility manager estimated 4 hours and ended up back in operation, which 2.5 hours. Only lost one ancient dev box and got dinged for downtime, which back 15 years ago mattered far less than nowadays. All systems returned to situation normal soon after that, including multiple SANs, hundreds of VMware VMs, etc. Now that's terrifying when you already know that your backup plan is putting out smoke, especially when it comes to diesel. Again, and this is another one, even though it's a good luck story, did you feel that chill go down your spine just hearing that? Because that's when it always happens.
Yeah, my favorite part of that was he said, like, in parentheses, CEO blessing. You got to move quick when you have something like that happen. Yeah, it seemed like it worked out pretty well, though.
Yeah, no, again, he became a hero. and we knew our buddy Mike from Eaton was going to appreciate that because he just said, UPS stories are the best.
That's great.
And that's where Mike comes in to shine. So, yeah, we got, I think this one also might be a good luck story. Let's double check it here. It's from our buddy Bill Joe Lloyd. First started his IT career. He was the only IT person, which a lot of us in the community were for a long time. And one of the machines responsible for was a DEC Microvax 3300 on wheels and needed to move it. Unfortunately, the power cord was running on the floor below the machine between the casters on the bottom. And that's always like, you think something's going to happen really quick and then you have to move something on wheels. So of course, it's on wheels and in production, mind you. Given he had to move the machine over the power cord, he was extra cautious. However, at one point, the machine was on top of the power cord, and as I started to move the machine, it dropped from the top of the power cord to the floor with a gentle bump. That's when things got tense, and I thought I was going to be a career-changing event, as I had very little experience and it would take hours, if not days, for me to figure out all of what happened to be done to recover the machine. The moment the machine bumped the floor, I heard the disk drive whirring to a very slow speed. Fortunately, it whirred back to normal, and it left out a huge sigh of relief. I'll never forget that day. And, thank you, Bill, for that story, but we're also mountain bikers. Well, some of those older machines, those older rigs that we all have, that we were talking about, that one box that you're like, nobody touched this because nobody knows what it's done, but it's working and it's running, and it might have like this much dust on it and the RJ45's going in. It might even have a coax that somehow is in there and you don't want to touch it. Those old devices are terrifying, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like every time I make a joke about, a legacy system, someone always jumps in the comments and says, that's nothing. Like, I have something running from like 1970.
I love that it turns into the Jaws story when they're comparing scars. I got that beat.
Yeah, it really is. IT people, I feel like, love to, there's like a camaraderie if you're in the trenches and you're, dealing with end users, and there's something about that, where I think they do stick together.
Yeah. And shout out to Mike Uber in the YouTube chat that said, the Vax, you never had to reset those. They just ran. That's so everybody, let's take a drink for that, to not have to reboot a box on that. So good luck to that. And those were our good luck stories, believe it or not. Those were 3 terrifying stories that involved smoke and water and hard drives clicking. And those were the good luck stories that we got in the community. So let's pull up some of the bad luck stories that we actually got into the community as well. So this one from our buddy Daily Llama. On the flip side, I got into work one morning and opened up to find water pouring out of the light fittings on the ground floor and down the stairs at the back of the building and out the door. Turns out a pipe had burst on the first floor overnight and the lab was right under it. 6 inches of water before it finally broke the seals of the doors and found its way out. The building was shut down for a week while everything was dried out and the light fittings were replaced and waterproofed. Now, and that's like absolutely terrifying to think that you have water so close. Luckily, it's on Daily Llama. If you're out there, let us know if you're wrong. Hopefully that was a lab, so it wasn't anything that was production so close to water, because what lunatic decided to build where the water runs so close to where the tech runs? Is that nuts?
Yeah, I'm also wondering, like, why do they need to waterproof the light fixtures? I'm just curious on how. There's got to be an explanation, but yeah, maybe wherever the water is actually coming from. Maybe they're coming out of the light fixtures. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's if water's coming through your lights and you're not in Vegas and it's some kind of fountain, you got problems. You got big problems.
Yeah, if it's not a fountain, you should probably submit a ticket and get that checked out.
Right. So yeah, you have Nathan Cunningham in the chat says the younger IT guys I hear are very confused because yeah, there's some of those old boxes, and if you follow IT and memes and Spiceworks on Instagram, we share a lot of those old box stories, which I think it's good to know your history, to know that how blessed you, where you can say, back in my day, I didn't have a YouTube walkthrough. I just had to figure it out. I had to test it.
Yeah, there's no YouTube learning.
Yeah, no, we weren't as blessed. And say, oh, Michael said you could replace hardware, update the OS, install and remove, and never had to power it down. They're pretty amazing machines. Can you imagine upgrading an OS and not having to restart? That sounds like crazy talk.
Yeah.
So let's get one more bad luck story in here, because I posted something in the chat, and I always said, and we're right down the street, Joel, I was telling you, in the shadow of the old Spiceworks HQ, it was always a backhoe. You're working in a high construction area, and it was always a backhoe. But Patty said, not a backhoe, a dump truck. Didn't lower the dump box before he drove down the road. Surprisingly, the outage was just over an hour, and she actually shared a picture of that. As you can see, the internet outage right there on there. Have you run into any of these bad luck scenarios where your ISP said, sorry, it was a backhoe?
I can think of a couple cloud hosting vendors who've said uh-oh before, and we've been down because of them. You know?
Yeah. No, it's scary, man. It's just like, because it's one of those things that your CEO and your CTO, they're not really going to understand, that they're going to not believe you when you say something like, there's a truck outside with all that construction that hit our wire. That's why the internet is down. Mm-hmm. They're like, no, isn't the internet in space? Like, can't we just bring it in? Can't we just connect everything to wireless?
Yeah.
They don't understand. Eventually, there's going to be a wire involved with this.
Yeah, when you talk about like the cloud to people who aren't familiar with it, and when you explain that it's just someone else's data center, and they get really, really confused by that it's not just actually somewhere in space that their data is being hosted. It's like, I don't know how to break it to you, man, but it's the same thing.
Oh yeah. So we have someone that are coming in live. So Amero's in the chat said he had something like that happen, but it was a toilet water overflow overnight. Server room was directly under it. Stairs to the basement had a waterfall that had to go through, but somehow the server kept running.
No way. Oh my God.
This reminds me about that scene in Idiocracy when they're like, let's just pour toilet water on it. That'll fix the problem. But that is not how you fix a server. But Amero said the server kept running.
I want to call that like a Watergate or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone was trying to get out of work.
Yes, and Mike says that's why you should install umbrellas on all your server racks. Maybe that's a feature, Mike. Can you get something, if you can work with the Eaton Labs and see if you can have an umbrella sprout out? So yeah, so welcome Oda Joy, welcome Hulk Smash. Thanks for joining us. There, yeah, they almost missed out on all the fun, but I want to give you a little thank out. So we're gonna do a cheers. So Joe, if you get your glass, we're gonna pull up a thank you slide this time because we didn't get to share all the stories, but thank you for sharing all your good luck, bad luck, and sometimes in my case, dumb luck to all that. So thank you to everybody here on this list. So we got Tim Smith, Daily Llama, Hulk Smash, Jay Nanya, El Josero, Some Dude 2, Kendall45, Jay Stein, our buddy Suzanne, Pass Russian, Mountain Biker, Marcelo Bot, Patty8216, Joel Bridgman, Pig Dog, Ed Drubin, Billy Joe Lloyd, Jonathan Johnson, and Sacto Tam. And you can see some of the ones we didn't get to read on there with terrifying stories when it comes to truck versus pole, DVAC. So thank you again for sharing in that post. It's always good to get into there to the community because like you were saying, Joel, like we were talking about this on the way over, you know, a lot of these onesie shops and twosie shops, all we really do is each other that really do understand like a lot of the pain that we all go through, you know, to make those ones and zeros stay in line.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're a support system for each other. So appreciate it. So let's we're gonna take a quick break here. So we're gonna have a surprise come in here. Actually, no, we're not gonna need a quick break. We're gonna do this. So Joel, we're gonna switch gears from your licensed logic mode, and we need the IT and memes guy right now. So put it on your IT
I'll take off my
and memes
now. Get
hat.
less serious.
Yes, because we're gonna get serious here. So I went into the internet Wayback Machine, and we're going to play a game that we'll call Guess That Meme.
And now, it's time to play What's That Meme?
That's right.
Is this the first one?
Yeah, so no, that was
Okay,
just
good.
to kind of set the pipe. So
I wouldn't have known this one.
I wouldn't have known it.
I've seen it a million times, but I have no idea where it's from.
So I am going to give you the grace that this is going to be fun because we don't know, a lot of these memes do have official names, right? So what's going to be half the fun is like if you recognize it, because I'm the only one that's going to be the judge here. Our community is going to have fun with it. But if you can get close enough in the ballpark, that's totally going to work. That's the blessing that is What's That Meme. We got 10 way back memes that we got from back in the day. We're going to blur it out a little, and we're just going to see if you can guess it. Sound good? And you're going to get about 10 seconds, so no pressure at all. Blurt out whatever you think it may be, and we'll do a quick judgment on the spot. Sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go. First up for What's That Meme?
This is the dude thinking from Game of Thrones.
That's it. We're going to give it to you. The official name is actually called One Doesn't Simply, but yeah, it is the Lord of the Rings. One does not simply invade Mordor. But yeah, definitely close enough. So we're going to give you that. But yeah, you can see we know him as Ned Stark too, right?
Yes,
you
that's
see
where I was
the
thinking
hands.
from.
But yeah, that is the What's Up. So you're getting that one. So you got 1 point on the board. All right, so let's bring up meme number 2.
Dos Equis guy.
Yes. Boom, you got it. He is the most interesting man in the world, which I feel like this has always been used a lot in tech, especially when it comes to licensing. You know, I don't always open up Shadow IT, but when I do, I cost the company $100K.
Yeah, some of these I feel like should make a comeback, you know? Like these memes now are like kind of like heartfelt, like early memes.
Yeah, I love it. I think we're going to definitely someday, maybe we will host a meme museum. All right, well, you're 2 for 2, so you're already on fire. Un fuego, if you are. So let's get ready for What's That Meme number 3.
Oh, this is the upset cat.
Oh, yes. Is that Grumpy Cat?
Grumpy Cat.
Grumpy Cat is on the board. Good. Yes, that is our RIP. He was the first I feel like the first internet meme celebrity, that cat. It's just because he was not angry. He was just drawn that way. So let's double check. So I'm going to just jump into the chat a little bit. So we have no clue on names. That's what we were thinking. That's the fun. But Smorg, you did get the Lord of the Rings. To Joy, got the Dos Equis guys. We got some grumpy. Yeah, everybody got some grumpy cat. Hulk Smash Mean Cat. I don't know. He could have been a grumpy cat, but a nice cat. All right. So you were 3 for 3. So you're on fire. All right. Here's meme number 4.
Oh, this is the kid looking at the burning building.
Yes. I forgot I forgot what her name was too, but yeah. Disaster Girl. That was it.
She's probably like 30 now.
Yeah, I love when I was searching some of these up, and it was just kind of like it did a lot of like, where are they now? And this one was pretty funny. It was just like there was a funny story of how the mom explained how this picture even took place. So yeah, Disaster Girl with House on Fire. So yeah, you are on fire, my friend. All right, let's get the next one up on the board.
Oh, this is what's his name? The rapper who passed away. Yeah.
That's it. You got it.
What is his
the official name of the meme here? I gotta. Oh, it's Yo Dog. The Yo Dog is the name of the meme, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you got it with the rapper. You did get it correctly.
Yes.
So we're gonna give you that.
Exhibit.
R.I.P.
Thank you, MJP. You got that. Yeah. R.I.P. But Yo Dog, I heard you like.
He lives on.
Yeah, he will always live on because
Through the memes.
Yo Dog, I heard you like to spin up instances that IT didn't know about, right?
Yeah. We were not submit tickets.
Oh man, so Peter, thank you, got that too. Exhibit. But yeah, Joe, you got a perfect score so far. So you've already learned. Like now we're playing with house money. Mm-hmm. So all right, here goes the next one.
Oh, the grandma looking at the computer, wondering what this is.
Yes.
Oh, it's so heartfelt.
I know it really is, and it holds up really well. Again, this is another one that just feels like it does need to make the comeback.
Yeah.
But it really was. I think the first time I may have saw this meme, she was trying to figure out how to unfriend somebody on Facebook. No, that's how deep good. Grandma Finds the Internet is the official name of that. So
I got my wife's grandma on ChatGPT. I'm not sure how the IT community will feel about that. I sat down with her maybe like last summer and I was like, okay, let me show you how to use it. And the first question, which I think IT people might love, is she said, "Is this secure?" You know.
Wow, that was her first question.
Was like,
wow.
Is this secure? Like,
we'll
me
drink
my
to
data.
that, girl.
Yeah. But yeah, she had a cookbook and I wanted her to help like digitalizing it. And
that's so awesome that was the first time. See,
yeah,
society's healing. We're growing.
It is, and I don't know if you know this. I'm sure you do. There's like scammers target older folks, and she wasn't even picking up her phone anymore because of how many calls she was getting of people being like, "Hey, like, you owe us money. This Amazon package needs a credit card." And so I was thinking maybe she could, you know, when she has like something like that, ask ChatGPT like, "Hey, this is the email I got. Like, is this real? Is this?"
Oh, that's a good idea.
So I was thinking like maybe that would help.
Yeah, you're like the friendly Jason Strahan, like, because in the movie he just beat people up, but you installed ChatGPT on her computer to help. So well done.
Yes. Now she's vibe coding, you know. I'm just kidding.
That would be hilarious. Yeah. All right, your perfect store does continue. I put a RAM stick on your RAM so you can RAM while you RAM. Thanks, All right, good one. Let's need a GPT grandmama meme. So coming soon, just going to throw that out there. Hopefully we're inspiring some memes from you today.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do all classic memes for the next month.
All right. I love it. I love it. All right, let's pull up another next meme, please.
The lady who's really confused.
Yes. Wait.
Right?
I think that is the one.
Mine's sad?
Yeah, that's it. Got it. I'm giving it to you at the buzzer.
Buzzer beater.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm giving you that buzzer beater because, yeah, she is the one that is very sad.
Where did this come from? This
I
meme?
think that was a stock photo of just like sad lady or something because I don't think it was based on a real person. So correct me if I'm wrong, YouTube chat or community chat. First world problems woman crying meme is actually the name of the meme. It's first world problems because she was always crying like, why can't I get pumpkin spice in July? Like it was all this like the first world problem stuff.
It's a heck of a title to give to someone and to find out like I'm now known as the first world.
Yeah, first world problems. If you see her in public, you got to be like, oh man. ChatGPT is George Washington single.
Oh my god.
Oh, goodness. All right. The next meme, please. Sal.
Oh, the lady from The House is on Fire. I got bronchitis. Oh my god, we gotta watch that video. That's
I think you got it.
amazing.
I'm going to have to wait till I see the official one in here. I got a little bit of a delay here, so I'm sorry. Yes. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
Is that? But yes, you're getting that because it was based on her at a newscast when her house was on fire, and she was just talking. Ain't nobody got time for that because her house was on fire.
Yes, yes. Oh my god, this is such a classic interview.
We dug deep for that one.
There's also the How About That or Catch Me Outside.
Oh yeah, Catch Me Outside. How about that? Yes.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, this was hard to get down to just 10 because we didn't realize how much memes have just soaked into the internet as we know it.
Yeah, seriously. That's amazing. I'm gonna use that one.
I got bronchitis. That's right. I got bronchitis. All right. So how many more do we got? I think that 7? I think that was 7. All right.
Got 3 more.
3 more. Here we go.
Oh, Futurama,
Yes.
the guy. I don't know his name. I never watched
Bender.
it.
We're giving it to you because we know you got it right. Because yes, that is the Futurama meme. Suspicious. I think it's actually called maybe Suspicious Bender. But yeah, we've been blessed with Matt Groening animation because there's so many Futurama / Simpsons memes that actually live in there as well. But yeah, Suspicious Fry, not Bender, Fry. Sorry. I'm probably going to get roasted on that. Fried. I'm going to get fried on Suspicious Fry. But yeah, guess what, Joel? You got a perfect score so far. So we got 2 more. Now, some of these are going to be a surprise. I don't want to ruin your score, but let's see what the next one is. Can't tell if. Yes.
Oh, the guy in the doorway, and he's like, he's the shady dude with the hat back. He looks like Mac Miller.
You got it. I'm giving it to you. His official name is
Scumbag Steve.
This poor guy. He was like, man, what do you think of my outfit? And someone
Yeah.
takes a photo of him, and now forever the scumbag Steve.
I know you might get a nice name, or you might end up with a name called
Scumbag.
Scumbag Steve. Yes, Morgan, I'm going to get
Do
roasted.
you have any update on how this guy turned out?
No, yeah, there is a Where Are They Now with him. He smiles a lot more now because I think that hat did him right.
Yeah.
All right, so Joel, guess what? You got a perfect score. We got you 10 of 10. This one is going to be the optional bonus round. No pressure if you can get this one, but we're already giving you IT and memes got a perfect score. But here's a fun one. Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
This one will not be held against your perfect score.
Is this Peter?
You're so close.
In 2011.
Yes. So actually, yeah, that was the story I was going to tell you is that is at Spiceworks HQ in 2011. So Spiceworks community actually did something with Scumbag Steve. We had a little collab and we happened to all in the office get to take a picture. So that was me circa 2011 as Scumbag Steve.
Wow. That's incredible.
With the official Scumbag Steve hat. So I guess if you would have said Scumbag Jeff, you would have got 110% on that. But man, cheers to that. Like, you got a perfect score. And I know that you have earned your title of IT and memes.
We like to say meme lord,
Meme lord.
whatever that means. These are great.
So
This was awesome.
Yeah, that was a fun game. So thank you guys for playing. Thank you for playing into the chat. So now we're going to take a little bit of a break. We got a couple of fun videos up here. So I don't know if you know, every month I bug Peter's like, hey, I need another Lego build. So we're going to see a Lego build. Then we're going to check out something from our friends from Cisco from back in the day. That's our reheated video of a meal that takes place at the Lucky's Cafe. So if you put in that good luck, bad luck post, you're going to recognize some of these stories. Then we got a little Spice World thing. And that's it. And we'll be right back.
your network is down, your business is down. Cisco's enhanced limited lifetime warranty gives you 24/7 support and next business day shipping.
Oh my goodness!
Because the best hardware deserves the best warranty.
All right. We are back. Thank you to our buddies at Cisco for that reheated video. But please welcome, officially, you just saw his hands. Now see his face. Please welcome our data dynamo and breakdancing behemoth, Peter Tsai. And Peter, that Lego build, I love your Lego builds. You added a little something to that. There's a little upgrade there.
Yeah, my daughter destroyed my Lego build because she saw me playing with it and she was like, "Oh, Daddy, I want to build something green." So she took it apart. So I got a different Lego guy, and he's actually wearing a pepper costume. Which is very
Whoa. That is awesome. Welcome. Well, we got Chelsea AF in the chat. It feels like we got a reunion.
Hey.
So welcome. So yeah, so Joel, Peter, just like, we were talking about, we wanted to ask you kind of like some of the meme psychology. So I'm going to let Peter run point on this interview and just talk a little bit about some of the meme psychology.
Yeah. So Jeff invited me on, everybody. Hello, everybody. Great to be here. But since I am very active in Spiceworks, and Joel, yourself, and I, we're both dedicating our lives to entertaining and informing IT professionals through internet-based content. And in the Lego build, I'm basically crossing two things that maybe IT pros love. Legos, you have that nostalgia factor, and IT. And I see that in your memes as well. And as a meme connoisseur, I'd like to understand what makes you tick. Because I look at your Instagram, and you have some posts with thousands and thousands of likes and people commenting that they love your stuff. So just want to get inside your head a little bit.
Yeah, of course, man. I think, first of all, it's not rocket science. That's what I tell everyone. And my my wife always gives me a hard time that I run this startup, and then on my nights and weekends, I'm creating content on Instagram for IT people. But I think for like the background, at least on it for you and maybe those listening is or watching is, I started on the memes maybe in September of last year, and I think to date we've got over 30 million views on our content, and then
It's unbelievable.
I think we get maybe 2 or 3 million views a month now at this point. And at the end of the day, like, I just love working in the IT space. I love selling into it, building products in that space, and I think you pick up trends, right, of like what frustrates IT people, what frustrates, what's the common, user error. And the page is just an outlet for that. It's an outlet for me to test, product ideas, survey folks, ask people questions, and also, share content that's just relatable and people find funny. I think my brother texted me the other day because I made a meme about pushing to prod on a Friday, and it was a meme of someone dropping a bomb. And my brother texted me and said his friend had shared it with him, who's an engineer. So it's just, it's fun. It's not super serious. And, I think it's just something I like doing.
Yeah. And obviously you're a meme connoisseur. You got a perfect score. You touched upon it a little bit already, but I really want to know what makes a good meme maybe versus a bad meme, because some of yours go crazy viral. You get 30 million views, but some of them might not do as well. So what do you think in the psyche of an IT professional that good memes really connect with versus just an average meme?
So I would say the originality is a big deal. And then the timing. So if you remember there was one that just went viral maybe a month ago. It was like a guy who like is in a club, and I don't know his name, the actor, but it's like the lights are flashing and he's like, anyways, that one I saw like pretty quickly go viral, and I was like, I'm not going to do that one because everyone has already seen that to some variation. So I was like, I'm going to find something more unique that's like, that hasn't been, already repurposed a ton. So sometimes I'll just first figure out like, what is the theme? Like, what's the pain point? What's something that's funny that IT people would resonate with? A classic one is like someone not submitting a ticket. Like, that's like the biggest thing is like, you go to IT and like, hey man, I need help with this. No, I didn't submit a ticket. no, I won't submit a ticket, I don't have time, but then you're asking an IT guy for some help. And what I'll do is I'll take maybe that premise, and then I will look at either existing content online or movie content. I'll just wait for something that resonates with that, and then just over time I'll find something. Ironically, I actually don't spend a lot of time on Instagram. Actually, for this year, I gave up Instagram. So yeah, so most of my time, if I go on Instagram for maybe an hour, all I'll do is like look for like relevant topics and then save a bunch of them, and then that's it. And then I'll create it on my desktop computer and then publish through a third party.
So you just have a constant library of potentially funny things, and then you see something happening, and you're like, I'm gonna make a meme of that.
Exactly. Or like we just looked at these memes about like the lady who was like, I don't got time for that. That's a hilarious time. You know, it's a funny meme already to be with. You overlay that with maybe what's something that, you know, I don't know, your director comes to you and we need to move to the cloud by, you know, next quarter. Like, I don't got time for that. Right. You could find like a million different ways to make that funny, starting with a funny meme. So there's a couple ways to kind of like mix and match it.
So I feel like you're a comedian where you're in the sense where you always see comedians like, oh, I'm going to write that down for later, or I'm going to save that at something. I feel like that's kind of like your mentality when it comes to that.
It is. And it's, it's funny as a founder because, building a startup, I don't know if like, you know, it's, you could argue like we should be spending that on programming or sales, etc. But it's really fun. It just really is fun. And I feel like, it's a unique brand play too for us, and we do get business from it as well. But it definitely didn't start that way. It took a while for us to fine tune it.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. So you're obviously great at memes. You're obviously a savvy entrepreneur, but do good memes translate into good business? And have you actually ever gotten real clients because you posted a funny meme?
Yeah. So I think the biggest challenge is your audience and what you're selling. So I would say for most memes out there, they're not going to convert because you're just scrolling. You're not in the like headspace for it. I would say that if you do it long enough, you will win business from it, and it will work. If you have to pick a niche, so if you're doing, you know, I don't know, you're posting all about like the gym, but your company sells IT products, then it's probably not going to translate. But for me, I went in really intentionally of like, I just want to just speak to IT or maybe engineering, overlapping that, and that's it. Like nothing, no sports, nothing, anything outside of that, just that niche. And from there, you begin to get, you know, folks coming through say, hey, you know, I didn't need it 6 months ago, but, you know, we just had a renewal get missed. We need a software for this. Or I'm sick of managing this in Excel. Like maybe this company's worth checking out. And like, you know, you get some interest through that. I would say most of the businesses I see using like Instagram as a way to get attention and like build brand or generate revenue, they're doing it wrong for a handful of different reasons. And you know, this is I think it's hard to like take a step out and look at like what you actually need to do. And I'm happy to get into that if it's helpful for, I don't know, if people listening, if they care to build a meme page. But again, it's not rocket science. I could break it down, you know, how we did it.
Yeah, no, I really do think it almost is like rocket science, because you're combining like psychology, and you have to be almost like a comedian, and you have to also understand tech and what people really want. So I don't want to take all your time, but I just want to thank you for giving a view into your head. And obviously you think through this a lot. So just thank you for coming on. And it's very cool to hear how others might be able to learn from your success.
Thanks, man. Well, I appreciate it. And I appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk to you guys about memes and licensed logic. If anyone ends up following our Instagram page, shoot me a message so I know to follow you guys back. And I'm going to be at Spice World this year. So
that's right.
We'll have to say hello.
Yes, definitely. We're going to have to do something at Spice World 20. We may be working on somewhat of a panel that we'd love to have you on as well. Because I think, again, like Peter was saying, it's pretty fascinating that in 2026, you will take something like a meme that used to just get us through the day and convert it into business, right? And you're converting into real business, because in the end, like, I don't feel like similar industries are just competing with themselves anymore. We live in a time where everybody and everything is competing with everybody and everything. So you're doing really impressive work that to get people's attention and then convert it into real world problems of just like, you're going to have a hilarious meme, which is the one that made me laugh out loud the other day, was like, this sounds dangerous, doing something in tech. And then it was like your grandfather in World War II, like avoiding missiles. Like I legit laughed out loud, but you got my attention. And then you're going to convert that into helping me combat the cost creep of shadow IT.
Yeah.
Like that's an awesome story for sure.
Yeah,
So
like, yeah, Spiceworks is all about community. I think you're kind of building an online community where people can just be themselves and have fun. And then maybe if down the road in the future, there's an opportunity for you to help them, it makes sense. But I think especially with like a lot of the slop content out there, that when people are really putting thought into what they're putting out there, and people will appreciate that even more. So it's pretty cool.
No, I think I totally agree with you, Peter. Like seeing you like here in person and explaining the psyche of why you're doing it and what you're doing it and the reason behind it, to me, that is going to be the bigger push of just like of organic engagements, like real people engagement, which is what Spice World and Spiceworks is built on. So you're one of us, and welcome to the Spiceworks community. So thank you for that.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, just, and as we get ready to wrap up here too, Joel, I want to give you an opportunity to just one more chance of like how anyone can get in touch with you when it comes to License Logic, and you know, just give you the floor for your last minute here, all about License Logic.
Awesome. Well, appreciate it. And I would say if you want to learn more, if you want to try to prevent shadow IT, do some automation with onboarding, offboarding around user licensing, contracts, just check out licenselogic.co. And then if you just want to laugh about IT stuff, check out IT and memes on Instagram. It's on TikTok and I think Facebook. We have a Facebook page too. But our biggest presence is on Instagram. Yeah, I think what you guys hit on too about building community and brand, like, you know, folks who follow us today maybe don't need our product for a year from now, like, you know, or ever really, you know, maybe we find that like it's not, but we're going to work in this market and, you know, have fun doing it. I mean, if you're going to build a business and give up your nights and weekends, you might as well have fun while you do it. And I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to talk about it. And I think, you know, Spiceworks, Spice World, like you guys have obviously built an audience and a brand, and it's very, very apparent. And so last year was, I think, my first IT conference, and I was taken aback by how friendly it was in opening, especially as a founder, you know, going into like just learn about from IT people. I think you guys are definitely like, you found the kind of niche and sweet spot. So if there's anything I can do to support you guys, you know, I'm telling all my followers to check it out and you know, give it a listen or check out the community, because there's real value there, especially for, you know, IT. I mean, they're the unsung heroes, right? I mean, you can go to 100%. Other places to find IT people, but I think you guys have been around, you know, the longest and have built, you know, that brand and presence. Well, Peter, I don't know if you have a drink, you know, but we do have some green drinks, so we will cheers to that. Or there you go. We'll cheers to that, to our Spiceworks community. And thank you, Joel. Thank you, Peter, for joining us. And as I take my drink here, just do a little bit of housekeeping. So we're going to be back this month on World Backup Day. Chelsea will be back in the chair for World Backup Day, and then join us on April 10th. Which is going to be our next community where we're going to have a spring break theme going on. So again, thank you, Joel. Thank you, Peter. And thank you, community. Thank you, YouTube, for joining us. That's it for today. Don't forget to tech yourself before you wreck yourself. And we'll see you next time. Cool. Bye, everyone.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Chug, chug, chug.
Scumbag Steve.